Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping, and painting. We've created strength and beauty time and again. Our machines are made for one thing: the perfect hit.
Welcome to a chilly day in St. Louis for a National D1 quarterfinal match between Iowa State and University of Michigan. Teams are on the field. We're just getting some microphone issues for the referees sorted out, and then we'll get going with our kickoff. It's only about 30 degrees out today, maybe a couple degrees more. It is nice and sunny here, and the camera is looking into the sun, but hopefully it is showing up well for you. We do have a fairly windy today with some gusts blowing, and you can really feel the take the heat from your body. Earlier today we did see the wind play have an effect on kicking, and so we'll see how much that continues this afternoon with this quarterfinal match. See a lot of smiles. Players are in high spirits. Very exciting opportunity for this game. And teams expressing the joy that does come from getting to play. Looks like our referees are set. We have our whistle and our kickoff. Low kick, not sure if it made 10 meters, and so referee is allowing play to continue. Kick has to go 10 meters or the opponent is awarded the ball. A referee is allowing playing to continue. Nice attack there, escapes 2 tackles. Wow, the fly half runs right into the 3rd tackler. Picks up the ball, regains, and the referee is calling a knock. I did not see that knock, but maybe you saw it at home. That's going to be then a scrum to Michigan. 15 players on each team. The 8 forwards are in the scrum, and then we have a scrum half, typically wearing number 9, that will be rolling the ball in. Michigan gets to roll the ball in because they did not commit the infraction, the knock, or the bobbling of a ball forward, which is illegal. You can only move the ball sideways, laterally, or backwards. Passing out to the centers. Good attack from the wing or the fullback. Looks like the wing. Michigan over the halfway line. Good quick ball play, but not a lot of support for the teammates on the attack. I do see them setting up pod play. Good tackle there. We do have a contested ruck. Ball still coming out for Michigan. That ball out of 12's hands, but did go backwards. And so they no infringement. They're able to keep attacking. You may hear in the background we do have a men's Division II round of 16 going on at the same time. Iowa State's won the ball. Ooh, nice drive forward, good tackle, but Iowa State is there to ruck, protect that ball. Michigan slightly offsides, referee's going to let it go. Another nice hard run by Iowa. When it gets cold like this and hands are cold, maintaining possession of the ball can be very hard, but at the same time, moving the ball wide can be challenging as well because it can be a little bit tough to catch a ball with cold fingers when they're just a little bit slow to react and grip the ball sometimes, but hopefully the players are warm enough. So it's going to be a penalty. Michigan player in there took that ball, but she is being counted as being part of the ruck. You are not, if you're in the ruck, you're not allowed to play the ball with your hands. And the ruck is that pile of bodies you will sometimes see after a tackle. Iowa State takes the kicking option, puts the ball to touch or out of bounds, as we Americans are more familiar with the term. And so we're going to have a line out, and Iowa's going to get to throw in the ball. All right, Iowa State, recovery off the line out. Ball to 9-8 with a nice hard run, makes a move. It's by several tacklers, picks up maybe 10 meters, and they are inside the 22. Scrum half, ball out to fly half. Bad pass. Fly half's able to recover. Got a 3-on-1 outside, another drop ball. I think that cold makes those fingers a little clumsy. Good tackle to bring that runner down. Pod play. Little pop pass off the pod. Swing that ball. And just playing hard-nosed rugby, making Iowa there. And just making Michigan step up and make the tackle. But it looks like one of the players, probably the ball carrier, was just crawling forward a little bit. And we do have the wind coming almost across the field at this point, and so they're kicking with the wind there. So the wind's shifted over the course of the day here, and now it's kind of going across the field from the far sideline towards the camera. All right, Michigan with the line out. It looks like each team has 5 in. The team that's throwing the ball in on offense, they get to choose the number of players they want to put in, and the defense has to put either match or put in fewer but cannot have more. Great steal. We had a poor throw there that was just too low, and Iowa's prop paying attention and just snagged that ball. Nice gain. Pulled 10 yards off it, inside the 22 again, so maybe 15 meters from scoring. Michigan's going to need to keep the defense strong. And we have a penalty on Iowa again. So both teams having trouble maintaining continuity across possessions and kicking with the wind. The ball back out to about 25 meters from the goal line, outside the 22. And we're right back where we started about 1 minute ago. Still 0-0. 7 minutes into this game. Each game was 2 40-minute halves, and there'll be about a 10-minute break in between, although with the cold weather it's possible those 10 minutes will shrink a little bit. 1 meter tunnel between the two groups. Ball comes in. Better throw, okay lift, but the jumper not able to quite snag it, knocks it out of bounds. So because Michigan did knock it out of bounds, Iowa will have a choice between a line out and they have to take the line out, excuse me, it was not a knock-off. So trying to pass it right in to that first player on the ground. Michigan set for it, but Michigan did recover the ball off it. So nice alertness there. We have another kick. Shanked it a little bit. Oh, and that wind has picked up. Put that ball all the way right down into the other field. So we're moving to a scrum. Michigan's put in. I'm interested to see today how much movement we have. Winning a clean ball on offense is important, and then defense is maybe trying to steal the ball, but more likely just even trying to disrupt a clean ball out of the back for the other team. So the number 9 is going to put it in, roll between the two teams. Pretty good body position on both sides. A little bit of standing up there, but they're just staying deadlocked and kicking straight out. That's kind of an odd choice because now the other team's going to get the ball. So I think maybe that was a little bit of a shank kick. Probably trying to drive it a little bit further downfield. I do appreciate they're playing on the near side, so it's easy to see. Iowa throwing in. Ball bounced through. Lifters haven't really been getting up, so we haven't seen great line-out mechanics yet. All these whistles, so Iowa not rolling away. Michigan's going to take that ball. That kicked a touch straight out, but this time because there'd been a penalty, Michigan kicks out of bounds, but they get to keep it. During the regular course of play, a team that kicks the ball out of bounds loses possession, or takes the ball out of bounds, moves it out of bounds, they lose possession. But off a penalty, you can kick out of bounds and keep it. So here you can see that nice tunnel between the two teams. They are all clustered pretty tight together, so we're not looking for a back. The ball has to go in at least 5 meters. And I think there may have been a little knock there, bobbling that ball forward. So referee has given Iowa the advantage and now is allowing play to continue. Play continues until there is a territorial or tactical gain where the referee feels like it can't be made. And that's what's going to happen here. So he's playing a long advantage. Oh, he's coming back for a free kick. So I'm not sure what the infringement was. Not sure what that infringement was, but he is coming back for a free kick. So a free kick's kind of like a minor penalty. The team that gets the ball has fewer options. The defensive team still needs to back up 10 meters, although they're looks like well more than 10 meters right now. That assistant referee must not have set that line quite in the right spot. Stiff arm to the place on one of the Michigan players, but she's up. She's all right and back in play, and that ball has been carried out of bounds. Wonder if these players on the other side of the field are starting to get a little bit cold. Everybody's trying to just grind it away on this side of the field. Okay, another line out here. Okay, a little bit better lift, clean ball right to her. That was much better. And now we have a nice attack option, nice attack run. Iowa a little bit clumped, but calling for defenders to get a little more spread. Michigan clean ball, but Iowa was able to slow it down, have the time for the defense to be set. I have not watched these two teams play before, so I'm not familiar with their attack patterns, and I'll get to discover that as I watch this game with you today. So I'm a little surprised that Iowa is so spread out with this wind blowing hard. That winger out here on the side just is not going to get the ball if she's spread that wide. But okay, we've had a turnover. Iowa with the ball. Nice drive, but Michigan all over her. Michigan might have a chance. Just a little too slow to jackal and try to grab that ball. Oh, nice run, nice tackle, nice ankle tap. Michigan over, so Iowa did not get their ruckers over the ball after the tackle. Michigan arrived first, and Michigan was able to pick up the ball, gain possession play, and then Iowa does the same thing right back. All right. Nice run, but notice she is running alone. Her teammate's a little slow to get there. but she does a really nice job of taking her time going to the ground and giving her teammates time to get there, but it wasn't quite enough, and then Michigan gets the penalty. Thanks for the corrections. We are getting in live. This is Iowa State, not Iowa. I'm just was using Iowa as shorthand, but I will be better in pointing out as Iowa State. So thank you for that. So we have Michigan with the ball, a nice run, far side of the field, but a little bit slow in getting that ball out, and so Iowa State is able to be set on defense. But a nice drive there. We're now into Michigan has moved the ball into Iowa State territory. Only about 10 meters from the center, but that's good progress. And they do have advantage off a penalty. And so they've kind of got a free play here. The referee's going to call that back. I think it was not rolling. Oh, it was diving over in the ruck on Iowa State. All right, and we have kick to touch. The wind did die down there, but she didn't quite get it out. Iowa State with an opportunity for a run back, but we have a knock. Michigan is going to maintain possession, excuse me. And we're going to have a scrum down. So scrums are really, these set pieces are a wonderful scoring opportunity because it sucks in a lot of the players. So when you do have some speedier backs or quicker backs, as the case may be, they just have a lot more space to operate in. Fairly even scrum. Oh, the 8-man's going to take it. Nice run, breaks several tackles. She's all the way down. She's only 5 meters from the in goal, maybe 10 meters. I've got people standing in my way, so can't quite see that ruck. But Michigan maintaining control. Backline getting set up. Iowa State has stolen it. Good defensive stand by Iowa. And has drawn a penalty as well. Still 30 degrees and cold, 16 minutes into this 0-0 game between University of Michigan and Iowa State. Division I quarterfinals here for National Collegiate Rugby. Line out in, throw just a little bit low, had an all right lift, but Iowa State does lose possession off that throw. The referee is going to call that as a knock, so the jumper in the line out for Iowa State, ball came off her hand and towards Michigan. That's not allowed. That is a knock. And so Michigan with another chance to attack off a scrum. Looks like they're maybe 15 meters out from the goal line. Boy, really nice push on both scrums. Body position on this side. Looks like the tight head dropped down below the loose head. So they stabilized it. Michigan with a nice hard run, nice tackle. Three-person attack. 7 has an opportunity. 11 wasn't able to get free and get that ball over to 11. Nice quick ball. That's the power of the quick ball there. Able to gain a lot of grounds because the defense isn't able to get set when you get that ball out of the ruck quickly. They're close to the goal line. Just kind of turtles it right off the back of the ruck. Picks up a few feet, maybe. Yet again. So both teams playing very low to the ground. Iowa doing a very nice job on defense. They're right at the goal line. Iowa doing a really nice job, and if they can get under that ball. But he is calling offsides. One of the players must have been one of the defenders, I think, was up on the side of the ruck. You've got to be behind the ruck. So 5 meters, the ball's 5 meters out right now. We're going to run a set play of some sort, just back line. Center breaks free. Oh, they've got room to run. Defense isn't there. Outside center. Not able to convert. The outside center took it forward. Might have had room outside wide, but it really is tough to tell from this angle. And she saw a gap, and the ball ended up getting loose. And so, great defensive stand by Iowa State, and Iowa State has won the ball off the knock and is going to get put the ball in on the scrum here. Good push by Michigan, but just Iowa State able to stay strong, get that ball out. Oh, miscommunication in the back line. Poor passing down the back line. Iowa State able to recover. Nice run. Nice low tackle. Tripped her up. Wonder if we're looking for box kick, and yes, there is one over. Michigan up just a little too far. Snuck the box kick over her, but Iowa State did not run up and protect off the box kick. Maybe didn't have enough height. Iowa State fullback, great run back, regained all that distance, and they have a good opportunity. This cold must be getting to the hands, because we're seeing a lot of drop balls, but we also have some kind of low passes here as well, which just makes it all harder. A little bit sloppy. Both teams playing very, very evenly. About 20 minutes to go, first half. So halfway through the first half, still 0-0. Iowa State with the ball. Iowa State does win possession, or maintains possession, tries to sneak away on the ruck. Think we must have a whistle. Everybody stop playing. Having a conversation with the assistant referee. Neither team has clarity on what's happening because nobody's getting in position. And it must have been maybe a knock, because we are returning to yet another scrum. These girls have gotten a lot of scrumming in. Already, we're only 20 minutes in. We've had quite a few. It is a lot of pushing, a lot of pressure on your body. Very, very challenging. And then to maintain that for 80 minutes is tough. So we'll see if that ends up playing in for either team. Oh, drop ball. Michigan State has recovered. Michigan State fullback, out wide, has a chance to score. So close to the in goal. I've got people in the way, so I can't see what's happening, but I think you can on the video feed, which is a little bit higher. Looks like we're going to a scrum, 5-meter scrum. So it must have been a Michigan knock. A lot of knocks, a lot of scrumming. I've got my hands in my pocket right now, and I can even feel them being a little bit cold, so I can see why the passing is difficult. Even if your body is warming up, those hands remaining exposed. I am a Minnesotan. I'm not native to Missouri here, so I do understand. I have spent some time in the cold, like many of you listening today. Penalty against Iowa State for holding onto the ball in the ruck. The ball carrier did not let go. Michigan reacts very quickly, inches away from the goal line, has the ball right down there. And they're just going to try to run it over. Oh, beautiful defensive stand by Iowa State. This has been a real battle of wills at the goal line. And we're seeing that, more today. I think he's calling held up. So in rugby, getting across the goal line isn't enough. All right. Sorry for that interruption. Okay. So in rugby, you do have to score, not just get across the goal line, but you actually have to put downward pressure on the ball when it's on the ground. So you need to touch it down or sit on it or push it down. And I think one of the Iowa State players got under that ball is probably what happened. It's a little far for me. So great defensive stop. And we do have a player down on the ground, and so we're going to check in on her and make sure she is okay. "23 minutes into this game, still 0-0. Both teams have had some scoring opportunities, both teams evenly matched. Have been some struggles with kind of some low passes and just maintaining the ball. We have 2 substitutes coming on, one for each team. So coming out for Michigan is the loose head prop, number 3. See if her substitute also moves in for her, if they shift things around. So we're going to have looks like a goal line drop, and the Iowa State has to kick the ball anywhere behind the goal line. They left, right, doesn't matter where they kick from. It just has to go at least 5 meters. So we'll see if they go short or deep. They go a little bit deeper, give themselves some breathing room, but less opportunity to have possession of the ball. They get up there and make a nice tackle, though. So they earn themselves some breathing room from that really, really nice defensive stand. Oh, great launch up for that tackle. Didn't have a second tackler there to help strip that ball, but still maintaining strong defense. The tackling today has been probably, I think for me, has been the highlight so far. And the scrums have looked very good as well. Maybe a little gator roll to clear out that ruck. A little bit shielded on my view from that angle. Michigan with a chance to get it out wide. Oh, that might have been forward. See what the referees say. But Michigan players were just ended up flat, getting the ball flat, not able to move forward. They need to be a little bit steeper or move that ball a little quicker. Passing to someone standing still just isn't going to get the job done. We do have a player from Iowa State down on the ground. It might be a head issue from what I'm seeing. Maybe got a little bonk. I think she's okay. She is getting up, but I wonder if they're going to assess her. Might need to do a concussion assessment is my guess what's going to happen, and we'll see here. Going to have a little chat with the captain, it looks like. And the coach does have a substitute ready to go in. For concussion assessment and for blood injuries, you can have a player come out and then return back in. Each team, obviously 15 on the field with 8 substitutes. Regularly, once a player comes out, they cannot go back in the game. But with blood, with concussion assessment, and then some other occasional things involving front rows, it is possible for players to go back in, but it's not common. So they are doing, I think, a concussion assessment. So I think she's got 10 minutes. It might be 15 minutes. For those of you who have the IRB Rugby app on your phone, you can look that up. Any players out there watching or people just interested in knowing the rules, the IRB is the International Rugby Board, but the rules app is very easy and it's actually kind of fun to read. Really helps explain what's going on. So Michigan back with the ball. After all of this, plays continued from the whistle. Scrum half taps and goes. There's a little shimmy left. Passes the ball right. Good support. Just solid hard running, making the defense tackle you and having good support. We are going to get the ball better running on, much better running line this time. And Michigan having a chance to score. Didn't quite get there. I think ran out. Oh, she got it in the corner. She got it in the corner. That's 5 points for Michigan. First try of the game, maybe 26 minutes in, something like that. It's 5-0 Michigan over Iowa State. That's going to be a very tough kick because the Michigan player scored over at the edge of the field. The kicker has to back up any distance she wants, but has to kick in line with where it was scored, perpendicular. So if sometimes you see rugby players cross the goal line, run around between the posts, and then push the ball down there to actually score, that's so the kicker can kick for the extra 2 points, the conversion between the posts. She does have the wind almost at her back. Won't be too much of a factor. We'll give a boost, but we'll pull that ball right a little bit. Not a bad kick. It did come right a little bit. Just didn't have quite enough leg. So not only does the angle get worse when you're kicking from the side right between the posts, but you're also kicking a lot farther because you do have the hypotenuse. Those of you who love trigonometry can sort out just how far that kick was. It looked like she was probably 35 meters from the center of the posts and back maybe 20 meters, something like that. So it's 5-0. Michigan gets the ball off the kick. Iowa State, nice tackle by number 5. Needs to get out of there though. Referee's going to let it play. Nice hard running by Michigan again, but the ball comes out. Quick reaction by Iowa State. Fly half breaks free. She might be in. 1 to beat. Little shimmy, little spin on the tackle. Right at the goal line. She's very close. Very, very close. And we have a whistle here. Assistant referee communicating. Looks like, oh, we had a knock. Not called on Iowa State. And so Michigan's going to have the ball. That was quite an exciting run. And that last tackler just able to make contact and get the wrap in. And quite exciting. So, had a nice long break from scrums, but we're back to it. Good push from Iowa State. Michigan still able to maintain it. Running a little bit of a bend don't break there by number 10. Making sure she had some teammates with her on the tackle. Steeper line for Michigan, but still not quite getting that ball at speed. They've got still a little bit of work to do there to get that ball so it's not just moving backwards, and that's kind of what's happening right now. And I think we're going to have an obstruction. We have an obstruction call. So there's a Michigan player who ended up becoming a blocker. Can't block in rugby. And so Iowa State's going to get the ball. Michigan players have to back up 10 meters. And we have a kick to touch. Right around the 22. Not sure if that's going to be considered inside or outside the 22. But it's not going to matter. I think. Oh, it will. I thought the ref was making a scrum for some reason. Okay, so back to the line out. When the defense is inside their 22, they have some extra options available to them in terms of kicking on defense for territory that they don't have when the ball is outside. Nice maul there by Iowa State. Obtained possession. Nice run through. Finds the gap off that diagonal run. Oh, wow. What a tackle from behind. That was fun to watch. 15. 15 had a very strong day today for Michigan. Very fast. Iowa State attacking right. Cuts back in and has the try. Even score at 5-5. That's going to be not too bad of a kick. She has a good shot at, we're going to have a good shot at turning that to 7. Still the first half here, but only 7, 8, 9 minutes left to play, somewhere in there. So you can see her kicking in line with where the try was scored. So if she kept walking forward, she'd run into the goal line and where that ball was touched down. Looks like she's taken the ball out about 15 meters. She's maybe 5 or 6 meters out from the far side post. So pretty good angle. Oh, off the crossbar. Looks like shanked the kick a little bit, but did have the right direction and just 2 inches from scoring that. But that's going to tie the game at 5-5. So Michigan State, having been scored on, is going to have to kick away. We'll see if they either decide to kick short and try to contest for it, or kick it deeper and play for territory. Looks like short, going to contest for it. Didn't get there, didn't have quite enough height on it. Not enough, people weren't really running up at speed, so I'm not sure what that decision is about. Great run, good wrap tackle there. A lot of people putting in their hands in, but only Iowa State willing to put their body over and protect that ball. Oh, great run. She's going to drag several defenders with her. She's got her teammates there to secure it. But they do not get that ball out quickly, and Michigan takes the time to have their defensive line reset. Nice launch up. So that ball came out. Michigan was ready and to defend, and Iowa State lost 5 meters, 3 or 4 meters, and now they just lost 6 or 7 meters. And they knocked it on, and Michigan's going to get the ball. So very good launch by Michigan defense. Iowa a little bit discombobulated there. Didn't look like they had their attack really set up. It was a little bit more individual play with some uncertainty and not running onto the ball. So strong defensive showing by Michigan. Very stable scrum. Neither team moving. Michigan with attack up. Oh, what a hit. That away 13 and with a ruck and able to, wow, wonderful play. Iowa State player makes the tackle, regains her feet, rucks over the ball, her teammate gets it. And then we end up even getting a penalty out of the ensuing ruck. So Michigan with a nice chance in Iowa State to make some progress, and Iowa State ends up taking the ball. Shanks the kick a little bit, only goes up 5 or 6 meters. Missed our camera by a good 2 meters, so that's good. And we're right next to the halfway line, and we have a line out. This will be a good, hopefully a good angle for it with the camera there. So you can see a 1 meter tunnel between the teams. Both teams choosing in five players. A little trouble with the mechanics there on the throw, and so both teams were ready for it. Kind of went to a 50-50 jump ball, but the thrower actually even recovers her own throw and maintains possession. So Michigan, you see that hard launch. We're seeing a little, I don't know if that's, I don't know, I think I saw much of that earlier today, but that hard launch, and Iowa's on offense and moving backwards. Iowa's going to need to either, so we do have 23 for Iowa State coming back in. She might have had a yellow card. I didn't see one come off, so maybe Iowa State had been playing up a woman down. It looks like she's back on. So Michigan's defense looking very strong here. Again, you see that good hard launch up, and Iowa State fumbles the ball there a little bit. Does recover, didn't go forward, but Michigan's defense helping gain ground on defense. So Iowa State has a few things they can do. They could start running the ball right off the ruck, much harder, or make sure they're having players at speed. Nice launch up on that tackle. Michigan player hadn't gotten up to speed, was running a little bit high, and really solid fundamental tackle there. And Iowa State standing still on defense, and that can be okay as long as you're covering your angles. But they just kind of stood and took it, and Michigan ran right into them and a little bit by them, and is now only about 10 meters out from the goal line. So Iowa State, again, this very kind of passive defense. I can see it's intentional. Their communication is good. You'll see the arms up of the defensive players. So really minding their gaps, and a good launch there, and good stop there, good communication. Michigan State and then bobbles the ball. So Iowa's defense playing more passively, but able to really win the ball off that nice work. That sun's come out a little bit, and feel the extra warmth. That's feeling very nice. Just a couple minutes left to go in the half. Another stable scrum. These teams look very evenly matched in the scrum, and in the game they've been very evenly matched. Nice speed, nice little switch or scissor there. Didn't quite fool the defense, but Iowa State maintained possession. Putting together several phases. They've got numbers. Speedster kind of tries to go through. Number 10, she's been very fast today, but got tackled, and her teammates were just kind of left hanging out. So it might have been a good time to pass, but she might have seen a gap there in front of her. We have another whistle, another knock. A lot of knocks today. Those forwards might be getting tired of. As fun as scrumming is, it does get a little bit tiring during the game, and can be a little bit frustrating when it's scrum to scrum to scrum to scrum. All right, ball in. Little bit of push. Good body position. Fairly good fundamentals through that scrum. So that's nice to see. Iowa interested a little more pod play, but that bad pass out of that ruck, that just you can see that kills everything, and then Michigan's defense just up in their face. So you really have to often to make progress. You have to have a number of fundamentals connect, and any break in that chain, and you can be in a lot of trouble. So you have that runner coming up on the dummy runner. They were disorganized there. That ball came out to nobody. And it's on the ground. Somebody needs to pick it up. Michigan decides to pick it up. And now going out wide. Still running into that problem where they're having a little trouble getting up to speed on the attack, though. There's the pass and then the run rather than a nice flowing continuity. And so it gives the defense time to react. Still playing, but Iowa State still being very passive. You'll notice they're not launching hard on defense, being a little more cautious. So two different approaches here. Given that it's only 5-5, they're both being fairly effective. Both teams being very happy playing side to side on the field. Oh, Michigan State almost found a gap to run through. Might have a maul. I think the referee just called it, so we'll see what comes out of this. Michigan taking the ball, but again, ball popping out. Didn't end up hurting them, but that loose ball just bouncing around is an easy way to give it up. But Michigan's still making progress. I think they are 10 meters out from the in goal. 12 passed out wide. They did have numbers out wide, but she also had a gap. Might have been a set play more than of reading what was in front of her. They just ran out of room on the edge of the field to convert. That ball just kind of moving too slow, but are pushing hard. Oh, and now a little pick and go there. Gains another meter. They're maybe 2-3 meters from the in goal. Nice strong defense by Iowa State there, and she able to pick up that ball. She was not, but close. Nice defense. That was offsides, though. She was offsides on that tackle. She was standing right next to the ruck, behind the ruck. Referee's going to play advantage, so Michigan gets kind of a free shot here. They've got the numbers, but just kind of tosses it up. What's going to happen? Referee's walking over. Referee not quite keeping up with the pace of play there. We must have a whistle. He is calling the try. So we're going to close out the end of the first half of the try by Michigan. It's going to make it 10-5, potentially 12-5, but it is a tough angle kick. But maybe she'll have it. It's like the inside center, number 12, is gonna take the kick. For intermission, we'll have a 10-minute halftime. As I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, I wonder if that time will shrink because of the cold. So maybe be ready to go in 5 just in case if you're taking a little break yourself. Still a little bit windy, still nice and chilly here. These are really beautiful fields they have here in St. Louis. They were built 3 or 4 years ago. Very wide, very nice grass. There's the kick. Not quite the right angle, enough distance, but not too bad there, but didn't get it through the posts. So we're going to go into intermission 10-5. All right, welcome back to the second half here. We have Iowa State kicking off to Michigan. 40 minutes to go. It is a 10-5 game, with Michigan up by 5 after a try right at the end of the first half. It's been a very even game with some a little bit inconsistent play on both teams, with some things that the coaches are going to want to work on, and then also some like really good play as well. Michigan players gets through the gap, but the lock is able to catch up with her. That was a nice attempt by Michigan there. Offenses do a number of things to game plan, and we certainly need to adjust. There's our prop substitute having a very strong run, getting the ball up to the halfway line. And so you need to make some decisions based on the experience of the team and the skill of the team and your opponent on how much of set plays are you doing, how much of reading in front of you and reacting to what's in front of you are you doing, and decision making under pressure. And one great thing to look up for is your fastest backs or fastest players, right, against the slowest players on the other team. And so, but kind of maneuvering your players around into those, and sometimes needing to control the ball through many phases to get that matchup you want, can be challenging. Scrum here. Teams have been even in the scrums. I don't think anyone's lost a scrum yet today, and both teams have had fairly good control on offense. Haven't been much pressure from the defense on either side. Very evenly matched. Quick ball there. Pick and go by Iowa State. You have some hands in there. Referee's just going to let play continue. Like the defender and the defender, the jackler, and the rucker kind of got there at the same time, so it wasn't sure what the referee was going to do, but he just let play continue, and those players worked it out themselves, and we do have the ball out of bounds. So ball goes to touch. Iowa in black, Michigan in blue. Iowa State, not Iowa. Moving left to right. I did grow up in Minnesota, and I do know the difference. Just Iowa State is more syllables than Iowa, so as I'm thinking, sometimes I just have been saying Iowa. All right. Michigan with the put-in. The team is allowed to roll the ball into the scrum, the 8-on-8 scrum, on either side, but almost always you are going to put it in on your team's left side because the scrum isn't quite symmetric, and the mechanics of both driving the scrum and of getting the ball hooked from the center and back to your team are a little bit better on putting it on one side. Is that number? Great run by Michigan. Wow, she shook a lot of tackles. The center to the fullback, and we've seen her today. She is one of the fastest players, if not the fastest player on the field. And Michigan broke through the defense. Nice communication between your outside center and fullback there. Defense not able to keep up. Nice easy pass. Inside support line there. Call that an underline of sorts. And able to not only score, but get the ball between the uprights, score between the uprights, and give the the kicker, very easy kick for the 2-point conversion. So we're at 15-5 right now, just 2 minutes into the second half here, 38 minutes to play, with an opportunity to gain 2 more points. She's got it. Michigan up 17-5 in this quarterfinal. I am both from Minnesota and layered properly and bundled up, but just sitting still, I can feel feel that chill starting to penetrate. I've been out here a few hours, and all these players, many of them in shorts, and some with bare arms, and all with bare hands, and so they need to make sure they keep moving to keep that flexibility in their fingers and that ability to run. The temperature is around 30, and it is sunny. It's a weak sun, but it's the wind that's really make the difference. Not a strong kickoff, but Michigan decides to play it anyway. Surprised they didn't let it go. That kick's got to go 10 meters, and that did not. Michigan maintaining possession, has a nice pod there. Very good stop good tackle there by Iowa, not able to strip the ball, but able to slow down the runner enough that their defense is set, the primary responsibility. And like often in rugby, play defense through enough phases, and the offense is going to screw something up, and they did just there. So nice, strong defense by Iowa State, playing what's in front of them. So what they're hearing from the referee is crouch, bind, set. Number 8 takes it out, passes to number 9. A little surprised she didn't do a pick and go. Oh, but a nice play to the fly half, number 10. Had a nice running line. Iowa State having an opportunity to threaten here. They're going to need to play a little bit quicker ball, because Michigan both teams really have been getting set off the slow balls. They just get set, which is a strong, sound principle. They are good at matching up and reading the numbers, and so when the balls don't come out of the ruck slow, it is pretty hard to break through almost all the time. And here Michigan's defense just gaining a bunch of ground because they rushed up, and Iowa State was not prepared for that passing and running. Oh wow, able to bounce that ball off that tackle, able to fend. Offsides there. Oh, referee, not calling that. Iowa State still with possession. Michigan on defense. Quite a few bodies in the ruck. Oh, drop that ball. Is the referee going to call that as a knock? He's going to let play continue. Not sure if it's advantage or just open play right now. Oh, nice scoot. Man, she is quick. She is quick. 15 has broken free again. She has had a good day. It's been very fast. Second try coming right here. And we saw a solid defense, especially one noticeable tackle from her earlier today. And I think there was a great tackle before that as well, but I think I'm remembering the second one right now. That's going to open up the score 22-5. Michigan in the lead. These teams have both played very well today. But that is twice in the second half where Iowa State's defense has let a speedy player through. In the first half, Michigan really struggled moving that ball wide, where that ball was moving very slowly and often either too flat or too deep, and so either not allowing the ball to move out or just giving up space. And here in the second half, it seems like they have fixed that issue. I was distracted and not see if that conversion was made. little kick and a fumbled ball. Referee allowing play to continue. Michigan, another strong attack. Defender able to get her down. Support a little bit slow to arrive, but Iowa State not enough bodies on the ball to make a difference there. So I talked a little bit earlier about kind of some of the matchups you're trying to get, and as you move the ball side to side or through kind of set attack patterns, you are trying to get matchups. And we'll Iowa's, I don't know the players well to know the speed, but kind of depending how fast, it does look like Iowa's doing a good job of kind of having their defensive speed alternated. And they are playing kind of a slow and not exactly a trap, but letting Michigan come to them, but then making sure they make their tackles and then put bodies on the ball. And you see here, number 1, able to strip that ball out, wins possession and advantage. Really nice strip by number 1 on Iowa State. Give her team a chance here to catch up. I've seen a number of high passes today, not a fan of that. We do have 1 player down. Referee letting play continue. I'm not sure if he's seen her yet. Oh, nice stiff arm. Nice run. Support player there. Really smart play. Great support line. Good communication. And 13 in is for the try. Really nice sequence of events for UNI there. Sorry, Iowa State there. We just, the last game on was UNI, so, but Iowa State here, really nice work. The speed, breaking a tackle, putting pressure on defense who's having to backpedal, absorbing that tackle, and then making the offload, and then that support player being in a really good position to either catch the pass or ruck as needed or do a strip and go. Really good fundamentals there by Iowa State, and it leads to a try. Find out, do we know about the last conversion kick? It was good. Do you have the score? Okay, so that brings our score to 24-10. So that brings a score 24-10, and a chance for 2 more. Did not make it on that kick. 24-10, 2 try difference. Still a lot of time to play, around a half an hour left to go in this second half. All right, Michigan kicking off, right to left. Iowa State player bobbles the ball, does recover, but that does take away any real attack options for them. But they have drawn a penalty. Might have been diving over. I didn't see the referee's signal. There's traffic in front of me. And they take the kick, but they do not get it out to touch. Oh, but Michigan knocks the ball on the catch. And so Iowa State is going to get the ball up at the halfway line on a scrum. Scrums as a set piece really do give some nice attacking options because more than half the players on the field are all bound onto each other. And so here the backs have an opportunity to, do their thing, make some moves. But you have to have, it starts with the forwards having the hooker having a clean strike on the ball, moving it back to her team. The locks, if necessary, helping that ball continue, and the number 8 and 9 working to get it out. They just do a pick and go on the number 8. She's tough to stop. Drew quite a few tackles. Is that number 1 again with that strong, big, strong run? Takes quite a few to take her down. Her team's there to ruck right away. Michigan, no chance to play the ball, and Iowa State with a very quick ball there gave themselves a chance to make something happen, but Michigan was reacting quite quickly. Michigan launched again, but did not launch flat that time. Gave a little bit of a gap, and Iowa State with another chance there. And referee's calling a forward pass, and that is not allowed. And so we're going to have a scrum to Michigan. I have been impressed with the defense and with some of the tackling today. I think those have been strong points. I think the defensive play has been much stronger than the offensive play. People have also been getting in position very, very well, and I'm seeing sound fundamentals there. Referee sees something he didn't like, and so he's going to blow it up. You have a lot of pressure going through bodies. The big thing each team is trying to do is get everybody's spine in a line and then drive forward and have everybody driving together. But if things are misaligned or feet start coming up and things like that, binds aren't in a proper place, it can get a little bit dangerous. So a lot of force in there, and the referee wants to make sure it's safe. Much more aggression on defense by Iowa State there. Good rucking by Michigan. It's a nice pace of play right here. Grinding away, Michigan just a few feet at a time through a couple phases here. Spinning the ball out wide, but they are running out of room for anything to happen out at the wing. They've done a good job of kind of setting their defensive alignment. And we have a whistle. Can't see the referee's signal, but it does look like they're setting up for a lineout. And it's going to be Iowa State's ball. Their team is setting up in that kind of offensive formation, and you can see Michigan having that flat line on defense, and we could watch their line speed, and if they lose the line out, and see how quick they get up. That's our cleanest line out of the day. Oh, they set them all a trick play, and then did an inside pop pass to, I don't know if it was the winger or if it was the line out thrower coming through. Gained quite a bit of ground. That was very nice. That's the play we want to see. And they got all the way up almost to the 22, so they gained 20 some meters off that play. Ball bouncing around. The referee does not call a knock there. Opportunity to make the edge. Can she make it? No. Great tackle. 10 has the speed to catch up with that. Great tackle. So this has been a very nice series of for both teams. Lots of good highlights, good ball possession, good rucking, good defense. So this is what I would have liked to see more of in the first half. 8-man slips through, gets inside the 22. I can't see the lines on the field here with the glare. But kind of passing back to people who are flat and just running out of room. This is a good chance for Michigan to take the ball. But Iowa State controlling the ball on a lot of phases, but Michigan just staying strong on their defense. Iowa not really able to run through. That's quite the sealing off that by Iowa State. Your head is not allowed to go below your hips when rucking, although referees often do not call it. But it does just make that ball unplayable, and so teams will do it. Every team will do it if they can get away with it. Very Kind of not a great pass, but Michigan does not launch that time, and so ball carrier is able to get up to speed, scoot through, gain a few meters. Now they're just playing hard nose. That's a second phase. She was tackled, but the tackler released before going to ground, so the Iowa State player was able to regain her feet and pick up that ball. Nice work. Here we go. 10, you got to look up. Oh, almost. And, oh, a not called. Boy, that was our most exciting series of the day. A lot of phases. Iowa State with a chance there. Holding on the 10, holding on the ball just a little too long, and Michigan State able to come up and make that pass. But 10 did look like she might have almost had a gap to run through there. So it was a tough decision. Just didn't pan out. Good job on Michigan on having a strong defense through that series. The ball, we do have a ball on the field now from the other game. If you find yourself in St. Louis, these games are being played in Forest Park. It's 2 square miles, and there's a art museum, the science museum, a couple golf courses. World's Fair was hosted here in 1904. We have these beautiful rugby fields, other rugby fields, all sorts of the Missouri History Museum. The zoo is here; it's a free zoo. But if you do find yourself in St. Louis, this is a true treasure. So lots going on at the goalposts into the in goal. We do have one Iowa State player down. You can take a little pause and check in on her. She's on her feet. Needed a little minute there. Oh, so as a result of all that, we have a scrum just 5 meters out from the goal line, center of the field, and that scrum is to Iowa State. This is an excellent scoring opportunity because they're going to have probably a 4 on one side, and so if they get that ball off to their right, pass out to the right, 23's got a 1-on-1 with the defender. They do a pick and go, tries to scoot it in, and she is in for a try. Excellent run. Flankers didn't get off to stop her quite in time. That closes the gap from 14 to 9, and with a kick, could make that into a 7. And then that excitement behind me, that is the Minnesota State Miracosta game. I think Miracosta's winning pretty handily. And that's for the men's D2 round of 16. Earlier today on this field, Principia College beat UNI, Northern Iowa, 60-something to 7. And so the winner of this game and Principia will play on Sunday in the round of 8 for men's D2. That kick is good. It is now a 7-point game. Really felt like the momentum had shifted in some of the body language I was seeing, that I thought Michigan was going to walk away with it. Getting scored on right at the end of a half, and then so early on in the first half, that can be very demoralizing, but UNI has shown grit, and now they're just down by 7 and still maybe around 20 minutes to play. It's a very loose 20. I don't actually know quite what the time is. So we've had our kickoff. UNI, Michigan has recovered the ball. We do have one UNI player down. One Iowa State player down. Both teams are going to need to grind this game out. Just a one point game. Michigan not able to connect, just ran out of room and took that winger right out of bounds. Really great defense. You'll see they still had maybe 4 bodies in front of the 2 attacking players and just shepherded Michigan right out of bounds. And that winger didn't really have anywhere to cut into because of the good pursuit by Iowa State. If any of you are familiar with the Saturday Night Live skit with Chance the Rapper at Madison Square Garden, commentating on a hockey game instead of basketball, I am reminded of that today with the temperature out here. So we have our line out set up. Iowa State putting it in. Tries what we may call the piggy or the Japan, or different teams have different names. But it was bobbled. I think it went 5 meters, but it was knocked on. And so Michigan has the ball back. Does look like the lineouts for both teams have been poor play today, especially on Iowa State. And it's, when you set pieces, scrums have been very good for both teams, and probably more important than lineouts. But if one of them is not working, it's just giving away the ball, and that can be very demoralizing. And it means it really takes away your options. Like if you can't win the ball when it goes out of bounds and you're given the ball, it lets the other teams run all over you. So both teams clearly have fairly good fundamentals in the scrum and have worked hard and are winning them on offense, but their lineouts have been poor play today. We have an offsides call on Iowa State. Michigan taking the quick tap. She's passed, so now defense can come up. Tackle, she's just a couple meters short. Referee sees something. He's calling, I think, a high tackle. So that's actually going to bring the ball out 5 meters. For Michigan, Michigan's going to go wide. They do have numbers out there, but 10 sees potential for a gap, gets in. Could not get the ball twisted around to place it down. And here we go. Michigan should have this. No, maybe. We'll see. Does get it in. Michigan did almost screw that up, though. We saw that flat passing, or not flat passing, I'm sorry, runners coming on a little bit too flat, and then passes being made behind them, and then having to hold up. That could have been a very easy try for them. And Iowa State really good on defense there, but Michigan still able to get it in there. That's going to widen the score back out to 12 points with a very tough kick here. Still plenty of time to play, probably around 15 minutes left. We do have number 19 going in for 8 for Michigan. Fresh legs at the back of the scrum, assuming. Oh, I'm not sure where 19 will be ending playing, but Lauren, whoever she is, she's going to be going to 8. I'm sorry, I don't know much about these teams. I thought I was commentating a different game until approximately a minute and a half before this game. But this has been a very, very exciting game to watch. Both teams with some things to work on, but a lot of good fundamentals today. And especially in the cold, both teams should be feeling good about their play at the end of the day and don't have anything to hang their heads about. All right, Michigan catching the ball off the kickoff. 13 having a nice run. Dragging a lot of players, but Iowa State doing a very good job of recovering and actually getting back on sides. Late in the game, it gets very easy to walk or to jog and not be in a position to help. Iowa State is off sides there. Referee does not call it. Iowa with the ball, but moving backwards on offense. Michigan having a nice defensive pursuit, and Iowa State just not being organized. And so they lose a bunch of ground and then knock it on, and Michigan's going to get a scrum between the 22 and 10 on Iowa State side. The wind gusts have come down, but neither team has really shown much kicking today. We have not seen strong kicking today. It's been much more of a pounded out. Wow, 10 making nice run through. Nice recovery by Iowa State to make the tackle. See, that's good quick ball out. Good quick ball out. Not a bad support line pass, was not great, but oh, she lost it forward. That's going to be advantage on the knock. And so Iowa State has a free play here. Michigan almost put that together. Some good pieces of that, but that kind of high pass slowed the runner down, and the defense was in place, so Michigan couldn't pop it forward. You can see Michigan here. This is a nice angle to see Michigan kind of get set on defense. That kick did not go very well, and Michigan's just going to recover. 15, the fullback. Oh, but nice ruck come through. And, wow. Okay, so that, I was not a fan of that kick. I don't like box kicks in general. And that wasn't a box kick, but it was the same kind of idea. But look at that. That really did work out well for them. The pursuit got there. Fullback for Michigan just couldn't do much. Only had one support player, and then you had two big forwards coming through, just rucking right over, and then that's a clear ball for Iowa State. So really well executed there. And then we've gotten back. Iowa State's gotten back over the halfway line. Oh, but Michigan has stolen the ball, but it's going to be a penalty. We have bodies falling all over the place. You might hear if you can hear the sidelines, the urgency as our time's ticking away, and Iowa State still needs 2, but they're just down by 12, and scores can happen very, very quickly. So they're going to try the kick and chase again, but this time that pressure is not there. So you've just handed Michigan's fastest player, perhaps fastest player on the field, the ball, and she's going to run quite a long way. Nice chase down. Wow, she stayed on her feet. Lots of fun stuff there. So that kick was not well coordinated. You turned over the ball and gave up a bunch of yardage, and now have given up a penalty. So that not a great choice. This is such a fun sport to play because it is a nice mix of having preset activities you're going to do, plays you need to do, but at the same time, it really is all about the coordination and communication, and that gets very difficult later in the game when you are tired. And even talking at some point, let alone running, can be very difficult. I have seen very good communication on defense, and I think, ooh, nice tackle. Let's see, I think the referee's going to call the knock. That is close to a penalty. You do have to wrap on a tackle, but it looks, that might be what they're talking about. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're talking about. You do have to wrap on a tackle. You can't just hit, but it did not look egregious, and so the referee let that go. Player is asking how much time is left. He is letting them know. Probably down under 10 minutes. I'm not sure. And we have a line out. quite a few exciting plays in this game. Really been some fun players to watch as well. And I think defense for both teams has been a strong suit. A few mistakes, but a lot of good fundamentals, getting back on sides. Spreading out well, ensuring you don't have your slowest players clumped together. It's really been fun to watch from that perspective today. And the offensive rucking has been fairly good as well in having the bodies there, getting over. Pretty good body position. Let's see what happens here. You're running to the sidelines. Took away the play from the wing, but that wing did come into ruck. Body's in the way. I can't see what's happening. We have a whistle. We have an offsides call. So Iowa State is going to have keep the ball back where the referee's made his mark back there. Assistant referee having a chat with the players for some reason. I'm not sure what the assistant referee is doing on the field. Because it's still an offsides play. I'm not sure what that assistant referee is doing. All right, kick to touch. We're going to have a line out. All right, got a line out here. Steer it kind of down low in the center, pre-pan play. Still have not been pleased with these lineouts today. I think the scrums have looked much, much better. Michigan recovers the ball. Spins it out wide. No, that was beautiful. I think that's 15 again, but she caught the ball, a flat pass, full speed, and of course then made a bunch of room because the defender's feet are standing still. So that was a really beautiful play. I think that's one of the best passes I've seen, or pair of passes in this game. Both teams very hard-nosed, lots of tackling, lots of good tackling today. Rucking's been pretty good. Almost an obstruction there. Avoided it. Spins out wide, 15 again. Weaves her way through. Got still a few players on the ground. Michigan still with possession of the ball. Ooh, tries to sneak it through. I think everybody was looking for that ball to go out to the right. And they have drawn a penalty. You can see the referee's hand up showing advantage. He has dropped the hand, so maybe advantage has been gained. Nope, still leaving it up. But this is a very long advantage. So at some point you'd think he'd either blow the whistle or let the advantage. There's an opportunity to score, so advantage should be over at this point. A lot of side-to-side movement, which shows Iowa State's defense is really showing up well. They have been giving up a little bit of ground, but they have been forcing Michigan through a lot of phases. And statistics are at some point somebody's going to screw things up. And I'm not sure why he's still on advantage. This must be a new penalty because this is too many phases, too much distance. And we have a whistle, and a try has been awarded. So that's probably putting the game out of reach. We are close to the end of the game. We do have a few subs coming on. I think I see 3 subs for Iowa State. And that's gonna be a 17-point gap at this point, so I think that's gonna put it out. We do have one player for Iowa State still down. So we're going to take a little breather, have her checked on while the kick happens. Oh, and she made the kick. Very impressive. That is a tough kick. I think that's going to put the gap at 19. She had both the angle and the distance. That's a good kick. Nice work. Kind of knuckled through the air there. Fewer than, I think, about 5 minutes to play, maybe a little bit less. It's been a very enjoyable game to watch. All right, so we now have Iowa State kicking off. Last few minutes here. Low kick. Michigan picks it up. And just pounding through the center. Make sure, ladies, make sure her feet stay on the ground. You don't want people's feet coming off. It could be a little bit dangerous. Good work on maintaining her safety through that tackle and subsequent ruck. Michigan's moved the ball up to near the halfway line. Sun's setting in the sky, starting to get some long shadows and some glare in Iowa State's face. Offside, not called. A little bit of offsides, maybe it's just my angle. A little bit of offsides, might be a knock there. We do have a knock, and the referee is checking his watch, and he's going to call the game. Congratulations to Michigan. Both teams should have a lot when they look back and watch this, a lot they can be proud of. Defense was especially fun to watch today. Very